Good evening. My name is Jurles. I'm going to talk about four important questions. The first question is should the government regulate social media to protect citizens' privacy? Why? It's complex. This question is really complex because the question of whether the government should regulate social media to protect citizens' privacy is depend. I have four reasons. The first reason is sometimes the government that doesn't protect the exploitation. For example, if the government regulation could ensure that platforms handle personal data ethically with transparency on how it's collected and used, it will work. But the second is the security risk is another example. For example, regulation could enforce the strong governments could enforce stricter data security standards, ensuring that companies protect users' information from hackers and other malicious actors. Another point of view, in my opinion, is the global standardization. Social media platforms operate globally and different countries have varying standards for privacy. This can lead to confusion and inconsistent protection for users. International cooperation or government regulation could help standardize privacy practices, ensuring that all citizens, regardless of their location, have robust privacy rights. The second question, it says, should we have mixed level classroom or divide the student according to the ability? Why? I prefer mixed level classroom because have a lot of benefit and also challenge. First, benefits promote diversity and collaboration, obviously, encourage social and emotional growth, reduce stigmatization, personalized learnings, and better preparation for real work. The challenges are potential for unequal attention, teacher training on resources, and also have another important part that is the ability based on grouping. The benefits, target instructions, motivation and confidence. A student can be more confident and motivated when they work in group. The efficiency is because they work in group and each student um, working in collaboration like a team. Every student do or make a part of the work, and at the end they join get together the work. The challenges increase the limit social interaction is less flexibility for a student who has a PIR, depend of the curriculum and also the teacher biases. The number three is should those who are convicted of a crime be required to report their criminal history on job and housing applications? Why? I have just two arguments in favor of requiring disclosure of criminal history. For example, someone who is convicted of a violent crime might be seen as a potential threat in a workplace or community that involves vulnerable populations. In certain jobs, such as those healthcare, like a hospital, and I don't know, maybe medical resources of education, like a school, background checks may be critical for ensuring the safety and well-being of others. For instance, a person convicted of financial crimes might be seen as a greater risk in a role that involves handling money or sensitive financial information. And the number two for me is a fairness to employers and landlords. If someone is dishonest about their criminal history, it could truth or expose them to legal risk. If the information is discovered later, in these cases, requiring disclosure ensures that people are truthful and give employers and landlords an opportunity to assess whether that individual has truly rehabilitated, so they deserve. The last question is the age-old dilemma, cats or dogs, why? In my case, I prefer cats because low maintenance. Cats are typically more independent than dogs. They don't require constant attention or exercise, and they can be left alone for longer periods of time. Cats are also litter training, so they don't require outdoor walks, making them easier to care for in smaller living spaces like apartments. I live in an apartment, and for me, it's better cats. It's a myth that they clean lines. Well, cats are naturally very clean animals. They spend a significant amount of time grooming themselves and typically keep their fur relatively tidy. They don't require regular baths like dogs do. I bath them because I have two cats, uh, two twice per month. Twice per month. Yes. Most cats will use, in my case, my cats use their little box without needing much prompting, making them easier to house train. The space is so friendly. Believe me, cats don't need as much space as dogs. I live in a small apartment, and it can be enough for a cat to feel at home, especially if my cats are in high places to perch and explore. I have like a gym for them, and doesn't matter. For people who live in an urban areas or smaller homes, a cat can be an ideal pet because they are relatively low maintenance and adaptable to confined spaces. Is better cats.